that's going. Oh, seems to be going anyways. So 1 Turnabout Memories, Part 1-2 Trial. I am... It's an interesting mix. I'm excited to get to the second part of the third game tutorial case, where we'll get to see Dahlia. But, well, she's probably going to be bad to voice. One must imagine Phoenix very happy. Hey, Donnie. April 11th, 12:13 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
Well, we just jumped right into it. I mean, isn't she precious? What's with this stiff silence?
In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses.
Didn't... You know, let us pause on what is maybe one of the most truthful and accurate observations that the judge has ever made. That he has been deceived by many witnesses. Definitely believe that.
It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity.
I mean, even if we assume that she was gonna be legit, I feel like the second the judge says that, we're 3 games in. You're like, oh, she's killed like 50 people then. I arrived at the judge making the biggest mistake in his long life of mistakes, said Captain. I can't believe he actually said that.
Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name?
Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
And I will bash them with my gavel.
I love how they look straight at me when they say that.
Thank you for calming my nerves. You are all so nice. I almost feel right at home.
Not at all.
It was nothing.
If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation?
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
The honor is all mine.
No, the honor is all mine.
God damn it, can you two not sim for her? For one thing, she is almost... I mean, for Payne, she's in between daughter and granddaughter age. For the judge, she must be at least granddaughter age. Maybe worse. Ooh. He is still very hot. Could not have done that to my poor tongue. Oh well. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to localization, nope. Okay, Mia. I think you have fundamentally misunderstood. I mean, I guess technically it's a front view, so we don't get the full picture with Dahlia. But I don't think her appeal is in her, milkshake, as it were. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Sir,
Is there something I can help you with?
Just go on and say whatever is on your mind.
I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it.
Oh, Christ, I forgot she calls Phoenix Feeny. And they can make these Dave references cool, not even do music.
Yes, yes. I can see why you'd say that. Not guilty.
She's going to be a tough witness, all right. Only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger.
Well then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
Feeny, Boy Meets World, Agent Must Love More in this game. I don't think I ever... I'm trying to think. Because obviously back in the day, it's not like a lot of times you would watch things deliberately so much as they'd also just come on the channel you had on. I don't think I ever really had Boy Meets World on or paid attention to it at all.
Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
What I witnessed.
I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities.
Silver medal of Friday Night Tea, right? Go ahead and pass it to my older cousin who I idolized convinced to be Disney Channels for pussies. I mean, that sounds like something an older cousin would say.
But I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn.
Oh, Pain, please don't. Instantly, I missed out on a lot of good TV shows. There's always more good TV shows, though. But it's kind of a shame when, you know, like, a bias held you off from it.
Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth.
Yeah, right, Pain, whatever you say, buddy.
Please, tell us the truth.
But I would never.
That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue.
But what do you mean by that?
Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies.
You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey.
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
Yes, we've met before. Once. Pain's way and tell you about Flames of Passion. Jesus. Oh yeah, Mia was a real one. Yeah. Obviously, she doesn't get to last too long. But unlike both Phoenix and Apollo, and Athena really too, Mia gets to actually appear competent. She had some moments early on, but...
In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours.
Takes of shit when weaknesses clocks.
It's good to see you again, Madam Fey.
Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. Okay, Mia, don't fall for it.
I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over.
Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building?
Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese Senryu poetry.
Ho, ho, how wonderful. It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend.
That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis.
For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area.
Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation. Here's also real from their calling Phoenix Feeny after taking him under her wing. She had standards.
Feeny and Tuggy, they were talking behind the building.
So, who is this Dougie person?
Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago.
So what were Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway?
How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
That's right, Miss Faye.
Don't drag the witness down to your level.
Why am I being demonized here?
Please, go on. What did you say next?
Then, suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed.
Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own?
Yes.
In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right?
I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Dougie.
I press her for no good reason. Just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? Well, we know what the contradiction is, but let's keep going for a moment. We'll come back to this one. It's the third one, I think so. I suppose her statement works in our favor, for now. I'll hold off on looking into it any deeper until it's necessary.
Very well, young lady. Please go on with your testimony.
That's when Feeny noticed that I was there.
And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you?
I'm sorry. I was so flustered that I really don't remember. Please forgive me.
Yo, I know it's because they were made for like a tiny screen at first, but I never noticed that these like butterflies are freaking the hell out. Like they don't really seem like they're, because it's only limited assets they were working with at the time, right? Those are not like flapping gently in place. They're like, like they look like they're tweaking out.
I really don't remember, but please forgive me.
You don't remember?
Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior.
Why are you still employed, Judge? Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt. By me.
I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities.
When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department?
Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs.
Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the lab, correct? The labs, correct?
That's what I was planning to do. But in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on.
Students knew what was going on? Okay, that's interesting. Press for more details. But how could the students have known what was going on?
Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just, they all seemed kind of excited about something.
Doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students.
So did the students call the police?
Yes. I was so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been my dear.
That girl. She's telling a super obvious lie. She knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, it's got to be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one. It was like the Santa Claus, where whoever inherits the gavel becomes a doddering fool with the beard. Oh, that's horrifying to think of. Alright, show contradiction. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we?
What? I would never.
Miss Fay, I will not allow you to badger this witness.
Okay, to the objection counter. The judge has been fired and replaced multiple times. Oh, man.
I believe the defense is engaged in a, fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting. Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim.
What?
There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth.
There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor, I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony.
Looks like we're finally getting somewhere.
Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie.
You didn't see it?
Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground.
And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow.
Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either.
So then, what did it look like they were doing to you?
I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation.
Oh, give me a break.
That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge.
Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony.
God damn it, you guys. Alright. Very felt off was there was a loud sound when this happened. Yeah, you should have mentioned you should have said you heard something. But she wasn't there for it, so. Well, things we have newspaper clipping, Dahlia's present. Phoenix testimony. You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct?
Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me and the tweaking butterflies that follow me wherever I go.
That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise.
He said that?
If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
13, 14. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise, like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression.
May I have a moment to answer?
But by all means.
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time.
Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered?
The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble.
Thunder and lightning, huh?
Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder, so I put my headphones on to block it out.
Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all.
Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. She didn't hear anything. She was listening to music. There was lightning. What if he was electrocuted because of the gods themselves? Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony.
What do you mean?
Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct?
Yes. What about it?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere. Am I right?
Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay.
Damn it, Judge. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning?
Oh,
Ah,
I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me.
Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt.
It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental?
All right, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now if you don't.
I am hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fay.
Ooh. Okay, I was on that. Also, Pain, why wouldn't we have a low opinion of you? You suck. Or we could call Zeus to the stand and put him away. Dude deserves it. I missed some of this, but as anyone bothered to bring up the down power line. That is the assumption that the initial part of this case is. They think that when Phoenix pushed him, he pushed him into the down power line, which is what would make it murder. This is a new tack we're taking on, that it's actually Zeus's fault. Huh?
I am not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location.
What?
What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Well, evidence, Mr. Payne. Well, what is this evidence?
This affidavit.
But who is this affidavit from?
The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day.
Was it a blackout?
All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying the equipment lost power because...
Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 o'clock p.m.
Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
Yeah, I highly doubt that. Usually you wait until they break and then people get them replaced. That kind of infrastructure change, almost no one does that ahead of time.
I see.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break.
Students' testimony added to the court record. The old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on 4-9 at 2:55 p.m.
However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, but it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Wright, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable?
Your Honor, I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
Doug? Or Phoenix? So if we go back to evidence, we got this, some sort of impact, 4-9. Phoenix says that, the umbrella, I mean, maybe the umbrella did it? That's probably what it wants us to do though, right? What was it that caused the cable to break? I feel like what we're angling here is that it must have been when Phoenix pushed him down that it broke, right? I'm probably thinking too. This is the tutorial, okay? It's not going to be too complicated yet. Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. Oh, maybe I could have presented that instead.
With the defendant's testimony?
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that?
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. I mean, I'd say that Phoenix was so strong he broke a power cable, but apparently any basic little bump could have done it, so we can't really hype him up that way. Ooh, okay.
Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shell that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted.
Oh, another objection. Not gonna lie, I think Dahlia was amazed whoever designed her could show off the transformation shops. I imagine she'll be quite ghastly by the end of this. I'm trying to think if... Well, we'll get there. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense. But then the victim was electrocuted.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here.
Ah.
In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim.
Order. Order in the court.
Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them.
Mia. Calm down, girl. But that's true. The defense was absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have done it.
Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? Madam Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them.
What the?
Please, just once more, may I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge?
Of course it's all right. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. Actually, I don't think we're quite there yet.
The truth is, Feeny pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him, but Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping, and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute.
Wow, so much for trying to defend her boyfriend.
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for a second time.
I'm so sorry, Feeny, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
The positions, what are they? What I witnessed part 2.
The truth is, Feeny pushed him twice.
Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony, you said the following.
Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know. I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeny.
So that's why you basically lied to the court?
I was a bad girl. I know. Mr. Judge?
Yes?
Would you please forgive little old me?
Of course he won't. What you did was called perjury.
Oh, come now. It was just a little old white lie. We'll forget it this time. But please be more careful from now on, all right?
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Not at all.
Damn it. The judge had better be more careful himself. Dark Alley is friendlier than that girl.
The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke.
You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole?
I know he doesn't look it, but Feeny can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be.
Oh, really?
But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeny really is scary when he gets mad.
Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
Oh yeah, Phoenix Wright is truly terrifying. Everyone better watch out.
Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him.
Actually, this is the game where Phoenix does something very impressive later on. Dumb, but impressive. Plus, we saw in the second game, he basically slammed that one bar door open when Maya was accused of murder for the second time.
And Ducky tried his best to run away from him.
So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold?
Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. She is adorable, and I want to mamaru her.
I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on.
Cheer them on? What do you mean by that?
Well, I wished the best for them both, and that they would each give the fight their all.
That's very sweet of you to be so supportive.
And what happened after that?
Man, you two guys, like... I get simping is a hell of a drug, but...
But Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind.
That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket?
Well, no, there weren't.
Madam Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully?
Which says what?
I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute.
Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted?
I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away.
That's understandable.
Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold.
If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia. Clearly she's innocent. I know, right? The three freaking out, tweaked out butterflies indicate so. First, Doug tried to menace, all occurred in less than a minute. She's redhead, so I'm not buying it. Oh, but that's what makes her so attractive. Those fail electric shock, then... I think it's this statement, because it says in less than a minute, right? Yeah, I know. Only pink hair is untrustworthy. Umbrella, that was a loud sound when this happened. 4/9 at 2:55 p.m. Yeah, I mean, if this broke... and he died at like 3 o'clock. Redheads are attractive, it's true. Also, hey, Katie. Okay. I'm gonna go with the student's testimony since we just got that too. Well, that's one of the ones that works. It might have been both of them, or a different one too. I think, because I think we saw this in the second game too. I think they've made it so that multiple pieces on certain ones will let you get it. That's enough, witness.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Ah, okay.
Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold.
It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m.
Yes? And your point is, Miss Faye?
My point is this. It wasn't Christmas. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m.
Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow.
Order. Order at the court. Is it alibi?
This is nonsense. The real murderer?
Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution. Did he miss an objection here already? Did I do it when I actually did the thing? Oh, how am I already failing at the objection counter? If only I had Quadratus who could tell me how many times I had seen objections. Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it?
I mean, there's only so many people in this case, guys. There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer. It was Grossberg.
Miss Frey, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer?
Just realized that squealy objection is paying this whole time. Yeah. Mia's objection is also kind of higher pitched than I would imagine her to be. Although admittedly, she's a little bit younger here. But I always imagine her with a like deeper, more mature voice. It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor. We are ready.
Very well. But remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Frey.
I thought Mia had two very different objection templates. Ah, okay, I understand. If we had a tutorial case and we were defending Winston Payne. Man, how has that not come up yet? I guess the problem would be, though, like, who would be your tutorial prosecutor then? It is this bitch. It's always been this bitch. Come on, guys. It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. Have time I'm drawing so I don't watch the screen closely. That's fair.
Oh, how can you?
The defense is grasping at straws.
Just get gas and pain. I could see him prosecuting his brother or whatever. Ooh. Or there's like a young... What about Max Payne? That could be like... In the 7th game they could do that. It's like the youngest Payne. Where he's like fresh out of college and ready to be a loser for life. Prosecuting his grandfather or something. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you.
Order. Order. Miss Frey. What? I mean, why? That is to say...
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands.
How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything.
Miss Faye, this is a very serious charge, you.
Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say.
You, what is it?
Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. Oh, Phoenix, you sweet dumbass.
Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man.
Oh, leave my Dolly alone. Oh, that boy.
He's gotten himself in way over his head.
God damn it, Grossberg. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back.
But you never mind just in the nick of time. I found a police report of that incident in your newspaper clippings.
Police report added to the court record. A report on the incident 8 months ago. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
You'd better take a good look at it. Details how you came to lose your boyfriend.
I forgot they were at... Okay. For the incident 8 months ago. Incident overview. Location, District Courthouse Cafeteria. Date, time, August 27th, 4 o'clock p.m. Victim, Diego Armando, age 28. Occupation, lawyer. Suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne, age 19. Details. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Well, that seems a little bit weird.
Now, Dad, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, that is,
May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Don't you worry, my dear. I have this situation well in hand. That is, go right ahead.
Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie?
Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
I told you that you should let me handle this.
Weep. Just sound effect of weeping. I guess the idea is like the sound of just her making those tears just spontaneously generate off her face, which is impressive.
Sorry. Please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear.
Well, I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be.
The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Further testimony? What about?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Alright. 24, 25. Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason.
Very well then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, Would you mind staying on for just a bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge.
Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. How I Met My Feeny. God, that's such an awful thing to call Phoenix.
I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day.
We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Phoenix, shut up, please.
Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court.
And now we enter the final act of our little drama.
As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her.
Honestly, Grossberg, I kind of miss when you weren't here.
How I Met My Feeny. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago.
So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow? Or had to get a boyfriend because he's hopeless with women? True. I mean, if he doesn't have that level of antagonism to a relationship, he just falls apart. Although he's not hopeless with women, well, no, he's kind of still lets daughter figures kind of walk all over him too. Kudos to the Grocer for not making a dated early 2000s reference. So until that time, you'd been dating Doug Swallow.
Yes, I am a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly. I am ashamed of myself.
No, not at all. Look at me. I'm infamous for changing my mind.
God damn it. To be fair, the Grossberg's milkshake. I mean, his milkshake does the Harlem Shake. As we've heard what his hemorrhoids do.
My critics have even taken to calling me George Freckle. Po, po, po.
Maybe you should look for a different line of work.
Despite that, however, you always hands down the correct verdict.
I mean... It's not actually him at all, but every time they show the dead guy, I keep thinking it's Matt Unger. He does kind of look a little bit like... He just looks like more NPC Matt Unger, doesn't he? It doesn't help that he has like a red jacket in this.
That's why some people also call him the Great Judge Genie.
The Great Judge Genie?
It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room.
The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life.
That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer.
That is still wild to me. Like, why didn't they just make him a law student at the time? Why specifically this insane idea that he was primarily an art student studying the law on the side, like no one has ever done in the existence of anything? I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room?
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you. This has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case.
I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I'd better tread carefully. Universal jobs are apparently interchangeable. Yeah, I could see that. So the answer is almost definitely keep pressing, especially in the first case, but we'll do the other two and then we'll circle back around to this. Mia, if the judge gets any angrier, you lose the whole case. I just have to hold my tongue for the time being.
Now then, young lady, please go on with your witness testimony. Tell us about the time you first met Phoenix Wright.
Just sign for it, what it adds like in The Sims.
The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat.
Oh shit, I just realized that I had an objection in it, didn't it? Oh, this means I'm artificially inflating the objection. That's fine. So what was it about Mr. Wright that made your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he just looks like a typical snotty-nosed college brat. Mia, you could just let him get convicted for murder. You don't need to kill him yourself. Also, what the hell are you talking about? No, he doesn't. We don't see it as much here, but like the pink sweater.
Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, Feeny is handsome.
Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but to the rest of the planet, he's a dime a dozen. Oh, Phoenix is just taking stray after stray. Honestly, I feel like Phoenix should have objected there. Phoenix Wright is the opposite of the fuckboy aesthetic. How dare she?
Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. If you were to look at my wife, for example, you might all be shocked.
Please telling the truth. It was truly, truly shocking.
Beautiful mushroom, growing tall in the darkness. It comes from cow dung. That's the poem that best describes how I feel about my Feeny.
Apparently. I mean, his line reproduces. We know this, so.
He's been going out ever since that fateful day.
Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow? Takes all kinds, yeah.
No, none at all. We parted on very good terms.
But that can't be.
Our investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup.
Man, I feel like Pain doesn't usually put up this much of a fight. He was talking about the throws of passion earlier. Ugh. I don't want to think about that, but he was. Huh. Are you sure?
Yes, it seems that they both wanted it that way.
So the victim wanted to break up with her. Interesting. I used to wait for Writhe in Pain. That'd be... Oh my god. Why can't Athena face the female Pain? And she's trying to convict her husband. The juicy tutorial case drama. This can't be it, but I want to press further. So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you?
Well, you see.
What a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like this. By the way, I have never once considered leaving my wife. My wife?
Shut up, Winston Payne.
No one cries, Mr. Payne.
She didn't deny it. That must mean... Doug Swallow must have seen through her little act. He must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature.
Mr. Kamehameha, that woman has the judge in the palm of her hand, you say. So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony.
The one smart thing the judge just said. Damn, Judge, it was a bit uncalled for. A little bit. Also, hey, Dareth. Okay. I feel a little bit bad because this is kind of artificially added this objection back in, but sometimes these do change things later on. Keep pressing. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony. The judge letting Payne shut up about being faithful to his wife. The horrible thing is the implication here is that actually Winston Payne is somehow punched above his weight class.
Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse waiting room?
If it pleases your honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing.
You were writing a paper? On what?
On the relationship between modern Senryu poetry and the criminal underworld.
Paul. That sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten.
Getting with the midlife crisis stuff?
Mia, why did that guy really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? But speaking of forgotten things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? We went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully.
Yeah. Bitch, you lying. This police report says it right here. You were interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason?
What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Fay?
"8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy." Soundtrack stopped. It's real shit time. Yeah. I mean, that's how you know that, I think I've made a mistake a few times in the other ones, and you may have noticed. If you don't hear the soundtrack cut out, like if it keeps going, you almost always actually made a mistake. I think there's 1 or 2 times the game will trick you into thinking you've made a mistake. Like, they do play around with that a little bit, but like 95% of the time, it's just a solid sound cue to let you know it right away.
Another tragedy?
Do you mean the accident in which an attorney was poisoned?
The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report, and that name is Dahlia Hawthorne.
What?
Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago.
Border. Oh, this is unbelievable. It's true that the loveliest rose can hide the cruelest thorn.
Miss Fay, that's not fair.
Objection counter.
You can't slander my witness. Any witness you choose.
Oh, I need to read all that because I was getting off of this screen. Enough, what do I say? It's ass kicking time.
I, Winston Payne, will not allow it.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Pardon me. Go right ahead.
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me.
Expressed some interest, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth, like I've not been doing all the other times. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Okay, I've tied the 2 crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. Oh, you really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks.
God damn it, Grovesburg. Why are you this way?
I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids.
Witness testimony. The poisoning.
I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons.
Okay, I take back the Worship of Roseburg. Look, he tries. He's just very honest about his medical conditions.
Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
However, as you heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. Yeah, clearly she's innocent. Look at her parasol. Oh yeah, exactly.
What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger?
The Chloe was a true lawyer's aura, my dear.
Casa have rights.
That brown posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing.
The poisoning.
I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day.
Oh, why did it take a second? Good. What were you talking about with the defense attorney?
Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential. Me too.
According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer that was killed. He said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger.
Why don't you tell us all what that incident was?
That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case.
Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record.
You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne?
Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign.
Don't worry, Dolly. I'll protect you.
You heard the man. Now that is too low, young lady.
Oh, Feeny, please.
Ugh, those two really are making me ill. Albeit for decidedly different reasons. I definitely didn't remember Mia had this, like, aggressive... But it makes sense with all the context going on. It just comes off as really funny.
I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened.
How long were you gone?
I've already answered all these questions for the police. But if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes.
And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet? What are you saying, Miss Fay? Toilet? My perfect little Dolly doesn't poop. Phoenix. Everyone poops. I mean, I guess technically if you have certain intestinal issues, you might, like, have a colostomy bag to the side, but you're still basically pooping then. Like... Again, third-year college student, simultaneously trying to pursue both an art and a law degree. A future lawyer protagonist somehow.
You heard the defendant, Miss Fay. Better luck next time.
Oh, Feeny, please.
The police have already looked into this whole matter. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time.
Objection sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony.
From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons.
Why did you hear this? About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons?
It's about 2/3 of a tablespoon.
Well, that's what it says. My bottle of eye drop says it's 1/2 fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons.
So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh?
The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee.
Coffee, you say? I'm sure that won't be relevant at all.
It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there.
Did the police report mention there was a mug of coffee? Yes, it is coffee cup, specifically. Okay.
Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison.
A special kind of poison? How so?
Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Well, and where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry. All I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive.
The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that?
So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
And that's the reason they didn't arrest you? Because no one could show how you could have gotten the poison?
I think that's a good enough reason, Madam Faye.
She's right, and I think we've all had enough of Miss Faye's questions.
Someone else, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison.
Then all we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great. Now just how did a lit student get a hold of poison of all things? I'm just here to see Dahlia's final demonic form. Alright. Where to get a poison like that? I don't think... We probably wouldn't find out it was the pharmacology student, right? Like, I think this is going to come up eventually, but I think right now we need to connect it first here. And if I do this, I'm trying to get ahead of myself, so... Excellent. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison. I don't believe you.
What?
In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow?
That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Ooh. We're getting into it. Music's changing some. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then, it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You.
No!
Border.
That's nothing but a baseless accusation.
May I say something, Madam Faye?
What is it, Miss Hawthorne? Up to objection counter 36.
The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid. You would need some kind of container.
Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find the suspicious container anywhere, did they?
She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small.
Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof.
Proof? She got me good with that.
Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Fang. But unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead.
The police conducted a full-body search of Dahlia and of the entire courthouse. Yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred.
If you're going to accuse a young lady of committing the murder, then where's the container that poison was carried in? What happened to it?
I mean, it's time, right? It's clearly this locket. Which, I have to be honest, this is a really cute way to carry poison. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? Emperor voice, do it. And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched.
Who was this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So the defendant was this witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present.
What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Fang?
The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away.
What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here?
No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount.
No.
What order? Order in the court.
Oh, Phoenix. On behalf of Dolly, I object. I do like, you may have heard it earlier too, they did a hold it with Phoenix too when he jumped in. Fun things they can toy around with him being a witness.
Mr. Wright, control yourself.
I won't let you bully her like this.
Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat.
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. I will say too, because Kate mentioned how this is Phoenix being a Larry. When he's looking directly on you, like the mask is down, he's looking directly at you, he very much has the Larry look to him too. I guess they are childhood friends in their own way.
Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Oh, well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Meaning she never hit it once. I doubt it's love. Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is she's madly in love with you because that necklace to keep you quiet. Because of that necklace. You know the really funny thing is, I don't want to say this. There's an extra wrinkle to this that we're only going to find out in the final case of this game. This is one of the most, I don't know why, for a lot of people this is maybe their favorite game in the series, and it's definitely one of the top ones, is it has the most, well, not the most. In fact, I would say that Investigations 2 might actually arguably have a better overall. Everything builds into the one case. But this is all, this, the fourth case, and the fifth case all tie into one. I don't remember if the second or third actually do much otherwise. There's a lot of build up to it. And it's very good for that too. But yeah, because of that necklace. Dahlia Hawthorne was not, and is not, madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room. You said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl. Let's give her a present back like that.
For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying. But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No, that's a lie. Oh. Eek.
Yeah, I'm all right. The defender, he's getting away. Right, all right, after him. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. Yes, I think so.
That boy, he went completely outside.
Where's Mr. Wright?
It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough.
Thank goodness. Oh no.
What is it?
The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone. Damn it, Mia, you had one job.
What?
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Damn. Phoenix, you need to not be doing the slamming. Apparently, that's the Persona 5X thing. That's a whole, like, kerfuffle going on about that.
Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now?
Look, Mia can't plan for Phoenix Wright. Oh? Yeah, I don't know the full story. But I think what it is, because Persona 5X is that, like, mobile game. Or a gacha game or whatever that came out first in China and they brought it over here. I think what it is I think the first person who did it, he was like, he would slam people at a subway or something, where I think he would just, like, be slightly physically confrontational with them. And a lot of people were, like, reacting strongly to it because it was a very minor thing to be the first bad guy. Which, like, in Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, you do start off with Kamoshida, who is a way stronger villain than, like, the next 2 or 3 after that. I don't think there's anything wrong with starting with low stakes, though. It's just people being on the internet and being weird.
What are we supposed to do now?
This doesn't have a third part, does it?
Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court.
I'm sorry.
I'm afraid that your apology is not enough.
Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me. I'm sorry. It's okay. Just give back the necklace. Preston said, it's all feel fair. I ate it. You... what?
You ate it?
It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah. It's not here anymore, right? I mean, gold is a soft metal, and you can... I mean, that looks like it's like a little glass bottle, right? You can break that. He's gonna be bleeding. Might be dying soon. They can't be that bad, right? What the?
What?
What is it doing now?
Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it.
It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us.
Him and Grossberg and Bottom wrist soon to appear hemorrhoids.
Clearly, that bottle did not contain a deadly poison.
How can you be so sure?
I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive.
It was 8 months ago. Not only might there not have been enough to cause noticeable symptoms, plenty of things denature and are not as virulent after 8 months. Oh, whatever.
As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination.
Sort would say.
No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that, or the poison must have lost its potency.
There, it's alright, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you placed this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life.
I mean, we already knew you were a dumbass, Winston Payne, but,
Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fry, I cannot accept your explanation of the events.
But why?
This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand. In a court of law, evidence is everything.
Ah. Even after I prove so much, is she going to get away with everything?
Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial.
No. Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, Miss Faye. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you.
What is it?
That day, the day I met Doug Swallow,
That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore.
hey, it's none of your business.
Well, I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news.
You're lying.
Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab.
Poison?
Well, the same thing happened 8 months ago. The drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl's a thief.
Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Is it true? Did he really say that?
That's ridiculous.
There's... Thinks I secretly got a 20 string. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She thinks she'll still have that guy. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but... I'm sorry, Dolly.
Your Honor, the defendant is...
Miss Faye, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. Oh, naive Phoenix Wright.
The night before?
Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye.
I've also started on your theory. Let me ask you this.
Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore...
Exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill?
The protagonist? There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me?
That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered.
Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning the poison was in fact you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be.
But how could that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love.
Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice. I swear it. Judge. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. I swear to God. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about.
But even so, why would she go so far as to murder him?
8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, It can't be. It was a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Though she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met.
Young maid, that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright?
Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true.
Feeny, what a joke you are. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything?
I mean, honestly, I think she's a little hotter this way. Oh, no, sorry. Focus, Chris.
I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Well, Miss Hawthorne.
It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. It was at this moment that Phoenix's heart broke and he swore to never fall in love with a woman again. Amen. Hate to help.
Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say.
You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. I mean, some people do be into disdain.
We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack.
Ugh. Amen, amen.
Well, hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Well, Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she is a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind.
But we're not finished.
Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. I can't let her get away this time.
Stop. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price?
You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No. You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Fay. Or should I say Miss Gray? Oh, it's fine. This is a prequel case, Ghostbird. Call Francisca in there. She's a practicing lawyer right now, isn't she? Kind of likely should work. She was 13. She's what, 18? This might be further in the past than when Francisca was actually a lawyer. Because this is like, what, like 7 or 8 years ago? So Francisca's like 11? 12? Miles' first case was Mia's first case. Well, whatever. Shuta Kumi never cared that much about his own continuity to begin with. I feel like Phoenix was younger in his first game. I mean, Phoenix is still young for a defense attorney, but he's not that young. Not compared to Edgeworth and especially Francisca are ridiculously young when they've started their legal careers.
Well, Miss Ray, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all?
If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. So I assume this was like 3 years from the first game. I think it's 2 years. I think the first trilogy takes place like over 2 years. Like, first game, second game's a year later, third game's a year after that. I think it's roughly around there. Might be wrong. And then you have like 7 years between this and Apollo's series. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge and let her get away with murder. This case is 2014. First case and first game is 2016. Mia only gets... She only has a legal career for... I guess technically it's 3 years. Damn. That's brutal. That's really sad, actually. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof.
Hey, impossible. You can't possibly.
Stupid woman. 9th, 2014, August 3rd, 2016. Here's a real important question. Has Mia been showing her badge to everyone? She might not have. Because both times you control her, you don't ever control Mia in an investigation context where you can present your badge to everyone. Which means, unlike Phoenix and Edgeworth, you don't get the option to do that.
It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented.
And her death was September 5th, 2016. God, that is sad. Just one?
Therefore, unable to establish her guilt, but I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor.
I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar.
She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. That's the case, and the poison was probably in there. Let's see, she's 24 right now. Also be 20, and then this would be like 13, 14. So she has started, but she's over in Germany, too. I mean, Ali changed the day of Larry's court case to March 26, 2016. Huh. So she just has to come over from Eurocourt.
Well then, Miss Fry, please present her evidence, so that this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright.
I mean, if Phoenix says to everyone that he is a fan of Cold Killer X, it's like Night Court, then I think even if she was reluctantly his girlfriend for 8 months, she would know where to put the poison. Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Cold Killer X? Cold Killer X. Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine.
Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold?
If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
What?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony? I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly. Just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some.
Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine.
I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Also, is Phoenix cram at this and finish his bachelor's and get a law degree in 2 years? Oh my god. He's a third-year student. I mean, I don't think we ever find out he has anything he does art-wise. So maybe he doesn't get an art degree, he just immediately drops out. But still, it's anime. 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. Precocity is the way of such things. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and the victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized,
I can't allow Doug Swallow to live.
she used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. On top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought,
What if they search me like they did 8 months ago?
8 months ago?
yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow.
Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar.
Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation.
I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. Bitch. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some? Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now.
Miafe. Miafe. Do you think you won? Well, do you, Miafe? That's just fine.
For the time being, victory is yours.
For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay?
Yes?
I'm going to go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best.
Sorry, Donnie. The full breakdown might be for another case. Whew. It's finally all over. Nothing ever happened.
I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim.
But even so, the witness seems to have accepted it.
I don't care. I'm Winston Payne. I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said.
Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this.
Yes?
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
What?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said...
There. It's all right, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life.
So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right?
Yes.
And here comes the backpedal. Like, I know Phoenix also, like, overrides him some, but I feel like Mia really puts the... just grinds Winston Payne's face into it. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? It's not actually deadly poison, it's just hair fallout poison. Are you willing to bet your life? Your channel for they said kill yourself.
Yeah, my hair. It's flying off my beautiful hair. No.
Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest.
Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning.
Fuck you, Judge. You lie. Don't lie. Just admit you were wrong.
By the way, Miss Faye,
Yes, Your Honor?
was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other?
Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case. Honestly, the pop door had to go. You were giving it a bad name.
Very well. Well, Mr. Payne?
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like I'm losing to my daughter.
It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say?
It can't be true. My dear Dolly.
Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty.
Cheer, cheer, cheer.
This court is adjourned.
April 11th, 3:16 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
The verdict.
Oh, Christ.
During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
Jesus Christ.
I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
Mr. Grossberg, do you, maybe think you could stop talking about them? Reload the confetti cannon.
Anyway, this case really made me think. But does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Miraculously better lawyers who have lost something.
Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations. Thanks. I was thinking. Go on. The Dahlia that I saw up there on the witness stand? I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the Dahlia I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something. Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. I mean, keep in mind, Miles was not his friend anymore at this point, so this is valid. Everyone is shocked seeing their first manifestation. I'll get used to them. It is unfortunate with the nature of the streams. Try to mentally stick a pin, though, in that note where he said he doesn't think that's his dolly. That might actually be relevant in case 5. Ugh, what kind of company does this guy keep? Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying, evil twins, got it. But I thought you were in the art department? Well, yeah, I am. There's a friend that I desperately want to help. If I hurry, I should still be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Faye? A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, going to do it. I'll slay my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. No. Why is he in the art department? Like, it makes no sense. It's such a random detail. They have him bring up, like, when the anime did this case, did in the middle of the season, not at the art, so there was less need for that pin. I could see that. Beginning. Bah. Typing sometimes. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. And you don't immediately die. Blame that mistake on anyone but me. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned, managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. I mean, is it a better place? Maya's body, she eats a lot of burgers. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. I swear, anytime this song starts, in like a context like this, just Phoenix reminiscing or something, it just burrows right into my nostalgia. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. You'll also let her pass probably you all making her work even in the... Mia is gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. Also, she really changed over those 2 years. Even in death, I still serve. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back on our words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day. Episode 1, Turnabout Memories, the end. Game starting to be a win. Selling Crimes and Advice we can probably pass on. Brand new episode has been added. And here we meet the third prosecutor. Well, we won't say him right away. It doesn't mean we want to do the investigative parts. Don't really shade that much. Boost daily, that can do all kinds of sorcery. Oh, the stolen turnabout. Okay. So I think what we're gonna do here, it's Mr. Coffee. Because I'm still feeling pretty good. And more importantly, the game allowed lawyers to be outwardly great. It would have been nice to have like a nice case where she had reached her peak before mentoring Phoenix, right? Yeah, that's the thing when you like... They're a little bit better with that in the Edgeworth games. But even then, they still like to have it where, like, because, I mean, obviously they have to allow for if you make mistakes, right? So there's always a little bit of bumbling energy when you're the protagonist. I'm going to sign off for now, but good luck. Okay. Night, Donnie. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'll take a small break here, come back, we'll start the investigation. Because the investigation tend to go a little long as I cycle through evidence and everything for people. So we'll at least get this started. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right. I'd say, I guess a shiner gives a case to a shiner, generally a good lawyer and not just lucky. Well, we gotta get the other ones too a little bit. Yeah, it has turned around. I don't know how much of that, though, with the Great Ace Attorney 2 is also just the turnaround of, like, so many of those early cases give you a low bar to work off of. So when the other ones in the second game actually hit well, they really seem to hit well. Okay. Investigation. I don't want to be this far down, but I think it'll be fine. The time is 1 a.m. Detective, we made it.
Well, what a relief. Glad the jewel is still safe. Oh, you said it, pal. Must have been our rock-solid security that scared him off. Would you mind opening the safe just to double-check?
That's not quite my gumshoe, but I'll do it for a second. Some of that, but I remember thinking him actually calling us on as a proper lawyer, but that might also just be his style versus Phoenix, right? He was very no-prep improv lawyer.
Ah, we've been had. Out front, guards, turn on the searchlights.
Ha 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 ha. Better luck next time, gentlemen. Ha 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 ha. Excuse me, but I'm afraid I must be leaving now. We shall meet again when the next moon is full. Ha 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 ha.
Guess it's Master Mask 1, we won't see the sequel so far.
Ha 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 ha.
It is true. I'm trying to... Yeah, I think it's more a style thing, but it's been enough time, I'm not quite sure. October 11th, 3:24 p.m., Renting Company Law Offices. Phoenix Wright, age 26. Me, what can I say? This is my third year as a young, but skilled lawyer. Attorney's badge. It's my all-important badge. Shows that I am a defense attorney. Makatama. A present from Maya reacts to people who have secrets in their heart.
Hey, Nick, get a load of this. Hey, are you listening to me? You can clean the toilet later. This is important.
Like, I'm just happy to see Maya. What are you freaking out about now?
Hee hee. Today will be the last time you talk to me that way.
Huh?
We're about to hit the big time.
Big time? What do you mean by we? You don't mean you and me are...
Ha, don't be silly. I'm talking about me and Pearly, of course.
Oh, look at little pearls.
Hello, it's a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Nick.
Oh god, it's Pearls. Pearls! You haven't changed a bit. Wait, what are you doing here anyway? I haven't showed up yet, that's fine.
Haven't you heard, Mr. Nick? Here, take a look at this.
What's this? Some kind of poster? Treasure exhibition, Sacred Urn, Crane Village. Crane Village? Isn't that?
That's right, it's our hometown. Pearly and mine, that is.
What's this about treasures from the boonies?
Ha ha ha, very funny. You can laugh all you want, but you'll be singing another tune tonight.
Tonight? What about tonight?
The Treasures of Korean exhibit doesn't actually start until next week, but the promoter sent us some special VIP entry passes.
That's why I dressed up extra special today. What do you think, Nick?
Huh. Same Maya. Different day. This young lady here is Maya Fey, the younger sister of Mia Fey, my friend and mentor. I first met her 2 years ago. I was working on the case surrounding Mia's death, and ever since then...
I've been the one who's been keeping this law office afloat from behind the scenes.
Actually, that's just a cover for her true identity. In reality, she's a spirit medium, and a bit of a shady character.
Hey, who are you calling shady?
And this little girl is Pearl Fey, but I usually call her Pearls. She's Maya's cousin, and a spirit medium in training herself.
I know I'm a bit young, but I want to help in any case I can, Mr. Nick.
Crane Village is the home of the mysterious Crane channeling technique. She's the Bible. And Maya here is the daughter of the Crane School of Channeling's master. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's no joke. I've seen her power with my own eyes. It's the real thing, all right.
Nick, how long are you going to make two gorgeous women like us wait?
Yes, Mr. Nick, I can't wait any longer. I want to see the exhibit.
Looks like I don't get a choice here. Might as well head on out. Treasure exhibit poster added to the court record. Oh, it's just immediately going. I can't even look at Charlie first. October 11th, 7:18 p.m. Lordley Taylor, Main Exhibit Hall. Poster for the treasures of Crane exhibit. Look at that little picture of... I know they just need to use the asset, but just it's really funny to me to imagine them, like, Maya's posing for a picture and she's doing her, like, little smirk when she has her head cocked to the side. Which I like. But if I was taking a photo or getting a photo for a paper or an article, I would not want that picture. It's like, can you please look straight at the camera? Like, yes, you have like this kind of like you coquettish look kind of thing going on with your head cocked like that. But I'm a professional. No. I also like how they didn't even bother. They kept the way Pearl did it. Not even fixed to say the right one with Ami. It says, I am. Mia Fey, deceased. Maya's older sister, my eternal mentor in life and law, passed away 2 years ago. Maya Fey, age 19. My assistant and disciple in the Korean tradition of spirit channeling. Pearl Fey, age 9. Maya's cousin and channeling prodigy. She has amazingly powerful spiritual abilities and really elastic skin and bones. Edgeworth. Matt, it's no fair that Phoenix Wright can just summon his mentor at will with this small child. I can summon yours for you. No, wait. Pearl Von Karma is born. Oh, that'd be horrifying. Oh, man. Although, wait. He's not... I mean, he's theoretically just in... Probably just in jail. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, we don't hear about him being dead. Maybe he's executed. I don't know. Lordly Taylor. City's fanciest and most expensive department store. Treasure exhibit, huh? I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed. Maybe he's executed. No, he did. Wow. The bull is just like straight to... Wow, this is awesome. Yeah, you can make even the cheapest junk look great. All depends on how you display it.
Oh, they even have the dusty old hanging scroll that was in the Fay Manor storeroom.
Oh yeah, I remember scribbling on it when I was a little girl. On a family heirloom? Say, Nick, the person in charge of this exhibition is waiting for us in the basement warehouse. Alright, guess we should go and say hello. But first, examine everything. What's with this big cushion? It's just lying around with nothing on it. Well, it must be for the greatest treasure of all. Friendship. Greatest treasure? Is there something like that? Huh? Why, of course there is. Right, Pearly?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Last known status to see it sometime between December 2016 and February 2019. Interesting. Did him being executed come up in... Maybe that came up in investigations and I don't remember it at all. Yeah, I'll bet it would really take your breath away. A piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it. Probably esoteric knowledge only mediums would know. Let's see. Here's a title in English. 108 Ways to Save Money. But I'm pretty sure the number has gone up since the last time I saw it. Well, we're always looking for new ways, you know. Being a medium sounds like a rough way of life. I think I remember this old folding screen here. I'm pretty sure it was an important piece of evidence in that murder case that happened in Korean Village.
This folding screen is the greatest of all the spirit channeling secrets. The 6-leaf Korean sacred writings
Folding screen. Actually comes up later apparently in this game. Wow, okay. I mean, that would explain it then. As I said, I haven't revisited these properly in a while. So this one especially would be the one I would know least because I'm currently revisiting right now. If it's so secret, why is it the most prominent thing in the exhibit? Aw, I just love when Pearl is so happy and excited. They're just a bunch of old urns. These really treasures too.
Of course they are. This is a treasure exhibit, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess so. So all it takes to be a treasure is age? No wonder nobody likes museums. So Provon karma can be real. Horrifyingly, yes.
Oh, Mystic Maya, look, I can't believe it.
Ah, it's so cute. It's a little diorama of Karain Village.
Yeah, look at that. But somehow it seems to reek of dreariness.
Oh, Mystic Maya, it's your house. It even says Fey Manor on it.
Yikes, you're right. I kind of want to add the famous in front of it.
Don't do it, Maya. I might get mad. Alright, is that everything? I think that is everything here, actually. I mean, Maya is good enough by now, or at least by a second show, you also do it with Cell. This is true. To the basement warehouse. October 11th, Lordly Taylor, basement warehouse. Yep, this is a basement warehouse, all right. It kind of looks like, this kind of looks a little bit like the underground parking lot in the final case of the first game.
This place is scary. I feel like a monster could jump out at any time.
Don't be scared, Pearly. I'll protect you.
I have no idea what... someone says, oh, Mr. Wright.
Eek, a monster. You were right.
Huh? A monster? Oh, God, I forgot you were here. Good evening. It's good to see you again. You. I know you. Haha. Nice to see you again too, little miss.
Ah, hello.
Is she a friend of yours, Nick? How do you know her, Pearly?
Yeah, Maya, you were kind of kidnapped for this bit.
Nice to meet you. I'm Adrian Andrews. I'm in charge of the promotion and planning for this treasure exhibit. I'm also responsible for the security arrangements.
I know if I was Adrian, I want nothing to do with Phoenix, right? Yeah.
Oh, nice to meet you?
Adrian sure has changed since we last met.
So this is the warehouse. The really valuable
Christ. Come on, me. English.
So this is the warehouse. The really valuable exhibit items are still stored away in here.
Adrian Andrews, age 24, head of planning, promotion, and security of the Treasures of Karain exhibit. What a weird... How do you go from being a manager to working... Maybe it makes more sense when they explain it. I mean, it's more they just don't want to have a new character, right? But... Well, we could talk to her first, or I could just examine everything and ignore her for the moment. Oh, wait, or do I need to talk to her? Wait, no, I can look at this thing at least. It's a security camera. It's trained on the warehouse door.
It's set up to take a picture of anyone that enters or exits the door. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, they say.
Considering how many jobs Old Bag and Larry have had. Because we're having an art law double major. Look. We know he becomes a practicing lawyer. He never mentions anything artistic after that. Very clearly, he couldn't hack getting an art degree and he had to drop out to focus on the much less rigorous legal career he was pursuing at the same time. This computer looks like it's hooked up to the security camera above.
And that means what?
The camera is set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in or out of the storeroom. And the data from the camera gets uploaded to this computer here. That's what.
I see. That's some pretty high-tech stuff.
He's like a bad pianist and apologist, I guess. Music is art. But you wouldn't say. Would you say you're in art school if you're doing music? I mean, I guess maybe. Is that how it all connects? Did Katie put it together? Well, the pianist part there and then that going there. Interesting. Man, it's like nothing going on here. I guess we can slide. Oh wait, this is the burr. Looks like a part of a big signboard. All I can read on it is the burr.
Aha! I've got it. Maybe it's supposed to say hamburger.
Maybe in Japan, I mean America. Why would anyone write hamburger that big?
Like, maybe for the World Hamburger Festival or something?
I kinda doubt it.
Aha! I've got it. Maybe it said spaghetti.
Why are you talking about food? Oh wait, that's normal for you. Anyway, it says burr. There's no way it could be spaghetti.
Well, maybe it was a typo. Might have said spaghetti festival. What do you think?
Okay to me. Besides, spaghetti is the only thing more tangled than your reasoning. No hamburger. Hamburger is beyond what we can have right now. Oh, hey, look. It's one of these kind of doohickeys. I found an interview on the art. Oh. Was it the writer? Did he have a reasoning for it? Explanation for it? Please dish out. I'm very curious.
Mr. Nick, what's that big door over there?
It looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there.
Really? Let's go in. I want to take a look.
Oh, I'm sorry. Authorized personnel aren't allowed in there.
Did you hear that, Nick? We're unauthorized personnel.
Why are you telling me that? He was trying to become a Shakespearean actor? Oh, that. Okay. But why has that not come up since then? Oh, that's really good though. That's funny. I mean, I guess he had to power up his bluff somehow. He saw an article on Edgeworth in the newspaper and remembered his backstory. Wow. Man. I don't. Here's the thing. Right? These are his characters until the writers step back, do other things, and just Capcom had other writers because the last one he works on is Apollo Justice. And I guess both Miles Edgeworth games. But he's on part 5 or 6. He doesn't really care too much about his own continuity, right? But there's so much disrespect for Phoenix and like, oh man. Oh, hey Sam.
Mystic Maya, take a look next to the door. That's Mystic Ami, right?
Yes, that's a statue of the woman who invented the Karain channeling technique, Ami Faye. You've not missed too much, Sam. We found out that Phoenix's girlfriend was actually a murderous killer, hiding, supposedly. But now we're back in the regular time. This is kind of like why he points at everything and has exaggerated actions. Apparently, Phoenix's 3 years in art school before he dropped out to focus entirely on just his legal career, was he was trying to be a Shakespearean actor, as Captain discovered in an interview, because we were wondering about that. With the deep Phoenix lore this game has gone into. This statue is on loan from one of the training halls of the Fey Branch family. In fact, it just arrived this morning. Mayfay's golden statue added to the court record. A statue of the founder of the Karain channeling technique. is holding the Shichishito. What's that creepy looking thing she's holding?
Don't ask me. How should I know?
Well, you are the future master, right?
Maybe so, but this is the first time I've ever seen this statue.
That thing is the Kurain Juchishito. It's a ceremonial sword. It's not a real weapon, so the blade isn't sharp.
Oh, phooey. I wanted to cut something.
What are you eyeing me for? Org. It says Organi.
No, it doesn't, Nick. It says organize. You just can't see the last two letters.
Yeah, well, I guess no one else could read it either, because this place is a mess.
Yeah, you must feel right at home, huh?
Why are you so rude, Maya? Paint? Not relevant, really. I think that's everything here. Alright, cool. We've looked at everything now. Let's slide back so we can look at her. Now, it is time. We haven't gotten to do it for a little while because we were stuck being Mia Fey in a trial. Take this.
I owe a great deal of thanks to that badge. It's the only reason that I'm still here today.
Oh, come on now. That's not true.
I think what Nick means to say is, it wasn't thanks to the badge, it was thanks to me. Tell the truth, Nick. I know that's what you were thinking.
No way, Maya. Magatama. So what about this?
Sorry I can't be of more help, but I really don't have anything to say about that. I wanted to do something nice for you and your friends, Mr. Wright.
So that's why you arranged this exhibit?
I knew that Kurain Village was the hometown of your assistant, Maya. I thought it would be great to let the rest of the world know about it, too.
That's not exactly thanking me, per se, is it?
Maybe, but who'd want to see an exhibit on the treasures of Phoenix Wright?
I guess I can't argue with that one. And this one, she doesn't have anything to say about that. Okay. And we can talk to her now. Adrian Andrews.
It really has been a long time, hasn't it, Mr. Wright?
Nick, what's going on? Who is this woman? Are you cheating on me?
There's multiple things that does not... What? Well, why are you freaking out on me?
What? I just thought I'd be more dramatic if I got all worked up. That's all.
Mystic Maya, you shouldn't let him off the hook so easily.
Please, Maya. Don't say anything that'll needle pearls further.
Mr. Wright was there for me when I really needed help. It was something that happened 7 months ago.
You remember, don't you? The Nickel Samurai case? Pearl, your shipping is going too far.
Not really. I was stuck in a dark wine cellar. Did that escape your memory, Nick?
After that, I quit being a manager and started this job.
Wow, that's tough. Sorry, Miss Andrews. It wasn't for us.
No, don't say that. I'm glad the whole thing happened. Thanks to you and everyone else that was involved, I was able to change my whole life. I really am grateful.
Whew, that's a relief. Lordly Taylor. I'm really impressed, Miss Andrews. Handling a huge exhibition like this must be very tiring.
Well, Lordly Taylor is celebrating the 200th anniversary this year. The works on display in this main exhibition hall are worthy of the finest museums.
Woohoo! Did you hear that, Pearly? The finest museums.
Yes, I did. That's really wonderful.
So this basement warehouse is pretty well protected, huh?
Of course it is. After all, there are some priceless treasures here. Security guards are all very highly trained as well.
That sounds good. So, what is with that face she's making?
Oh, look. It's already 8 o'clock. Have you all eaten yet?
Well, actually...
I've already made a reservation at the restaurant on the 12th floor. Why don't we all dine together?
Ooh, I like the sound of that. fine. It sounds so fancy.
I'll have the kids' lunch.
Ha ha ha. Pearly, it's dinner, not lunch. Why don't you go for it and really eat your fill with a kid's dinner?
Okay, in that case, one kid's dinner for me.
Haha. Shall we head upstairs then? I just realized I forgot to present the profiles to her. Oh well, I'm sure we'll get a chance later too. Apparently was also an assistant to a manga artist? What? When did that come up? That... I'm glad you're discovering all this deep lore, Kevin, because this is... Alright. After that pleasant evening, all that remained was to wait for the exhibition's opening. It was wonderful seeing Miss Andrews looking so happy. None of us could have imagined that the very next day, something terrible would happen. October 12th, 10:09 a.m., Writing Company Law Offices.
Nick, this is terrible. What the? You're cleaning the toilet again? I never knew you were such a toilet freak.
Give me a break, would you? My brain just hit the snooze button for the 5th time. One comment that apparently an artist also pushed for. Makes right, I had so many jobs while studying 2 pages, learning I'm bad at dating women. Okay, but what manga and Jump would he have been an assistant on? This is 2014? What series are running in 2014? There's no way I'm gonna remember what series we're running in 2014. Who am I even gonna kid with that? Or just what's running now. I mean, that'd be the easier thing to do. I mean, it couldn't be a series that looks too good, because I don't think he'd be the most technically proficient assistant. So what's like a middle of the road quality for that? I mean, unacceptable. My Hero Academia came out in 2014. Wow. So, what you mean is in modern Jump, it would be Order of the Flame then. Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju was running that year. But we're talking about a manga assistant though. Although I guess that might have been running as the manga when the anime came out too. I don't remember what that was. Whatever. I could see Ekiden Bros. Oh, Ekiden Bros.
I'm going to turn on the TV.
We've got an update on the recent treasure heist. Based on clues found at the scene of the crime, authorities have announced that they believe it was the work of the renowned phantom thief, Mask the Mask.
Mask the Mask?
According to a spokesperson, Lord Lee Taylor received a threat letter some days ago.
Oh, it's this case. Yeah. Because I got through the tutorial one. I believe the cafe is next after this. And then it's... After that, it's why people love the third game.
This is the 5th heist by this phantom thief who only targets rare treasures.
Look, Lord Lee Taylor?
Well, Nick, what are you going to do? Don't you dare go back to scrubbing the toilet.
Treasure? Lord Lee Taylor? You don't think?
Yes, now get up, Nick. It was stolen by Mask the Mask. Our most valuable treasure. The Crane Sacred Urn was stolen.
What? This case is better than the next case. What are you talking about? Gakyo they started in 2015. That was the school-based Romper series that existed once. Yeah. Look, it is very rare that the placement of how people feel about any of these games is based on the individual cases. Well, sorry, what I mean is the, like, I don't mean individual, I mean the standalone cases. Anyways, it's not urgent, we can look around first. There's a giant building just outside the window. It's the Gatewater Hotel, high-class, luxury hotel. Gene is getting so rich that they bought a whole chunk of the next town over. And started building a huge theme park. It's going to be called Gatewater Land. I think Circus Case is still worse though, so. I mean, I think Circus Case is the worst. Like, there's other ones that you can say are, like, approaching that. But, like, if nothing else, the sense of the Circus Case, its reputation is that it's the worst. I think it's probably the worst case, but Circus Case is the one to beat for me. Gatewater Land. Start building a few going called Gatewater Land. I wonder if we'll ever go to Gatewater Land. Oh wait. And to think that 2 years ago it was just a little hotel for businessmen. An old movie poster. Apparently, this was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it a long time ago. Maya watched it recently and said she cried all night too. Which I guess is why it's back up on the wall. I'll have to check it out one of these days. Difficult-looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mock me. Actually, neglecting them for so long that they're covered in a layer of dust. Maybe I should actually try reading them once in a while.
Hey, Nick, this is no time for reading.
Yes, Mr. Nick, you can always read later.
I guess I won't be getting any peace and quiet to even read until I find that urn. If Nick learned law on the side as a side hustle anyways, he shouldn't be intimidated by legal. Like, how is he learning law? An online course? It's my desk. I don't get to use it much, so the dust bunnies are starting to mount their assault. Maybe I should wipe them out with a few well-placed swipes of my cleaning rag.
Hey, Nick, are you trying to make me upset?
Yeah, Mr. Nick, if you're worried about the cleaning, please leave it up to me.
At least Pearls is good at cleaning. I guess I'd better go find that urn. Miles' game is so timey-wimey that my brain was trying to parse where that was timeline was. That is fair. It is very timeline weird, but it is post the first trilogy. Well, except for the flashback cases in it, but you know what I mean. Charlie, a quite decorative plant. When she was alive, Mia really loved it. She even went so far as to make it our mascot. It must be nice to be a plant, being able to just sit in the sun and photosynthesize.
Hey, Nick, no time for daydreaming.
That's right, Mr. Nick. No time for daydreaming.
Oh man, until I find that urn, they're not gonna give me a second apiece. Okay, but we can talk right now. Sacred urn. Refresh my memory a little. What's this sacred urn? Did you add the Phoenix Wright game that lacks Charlie? Oh, Charlie will outlive them all.
It's only the most important treasure in Crane Village, that's all. Look, it's right there on this poster.
I am.
Don't you remember what's inside? The urn contains a very important soul. Namely, the soul of mystic Ami Faye, the founder of the Crane channeling technique. Right, Pearly?
Yes, that's right.
Hold up. I thought that urn had the name Ami written on it. Now it says I am. Any idea how that happened, Pearly?
Well, There are some things best left unsolved, wouldn't you say, Mr. Nick?
That's right. 1 year ago, there was a murder in Crane Village, Maya's hometown. The Sacred Urn turned out to be an important clue in that case. Sacred Urn added to the court record. One of the treasures of Crane Village, supposedly priceless, it looks like a plain old pot. Oh, I actually had to talk with Maya? Damn. What to do? Okay, the toilet is shinier than the judge's head, so let's see what's next.
What's wrong with you, Nick?
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I?
Mr. Nick, your beloved Mystic Maya's treasure has been stolen. Doesn't that even bother you?
But I thought the urn was the village's treasure, so I don't see how.
The village is Mystic Maya. She's the future master of the Crane School of Channeling. You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Nick. I won't let you say you don't.
Okay, I do. So, what am I supposed to do about it?
Isn't it obvious? Go and find the bad guy who did this.
Yeah, and get the sacred urn back.
But I'm not a detective. I'm a lawyer. They both look at him like, but half the game is investigating.
That has nothing to do with this. If you're a real gentleman, you would find it for your beloved Mystic Maya.
Man, oh man. No winning against Pearl's fairy tale image of love. So what's the name of this bad guy again?
Mask the Mask, Nick. Make a note of it. Mask the Mask.
This universe lawyer and detective are the same thing. Well, apparently based on the Miles games, detective and prosecutor are especially the same thing. That's a good point, Dill. After that prologue, I'm not even sure you're a lawyer, Phoenix. God Emperor knows the actual detective doesn't do investigation. Look, Gumshoe does a little investigation. He does like 5 to 10% of the work. Last year's incident.
It was terrible. I was arrested and everything.
1 year ago, the murder in Crane Village. A man was killed during one of Maya's spirit channelings, and this urn wound up being the key piece of evidence that proved her innocence.
Mr. Nick?
It's enough for prosecutors to get the wrong person. This is true. Gumshoe gets to save the day once or twice, I think. Once or twice is about it.
Would you mind not telling Mystic Maya about that? You promised, remember? You said you wouldn't tell anyone I broke the urn.
Oh yeah, that's right. Now I remember. This urn used to say Ami on it. Until Pearls accidentally broke it into a million pieces. He tried to secretly fix it. Oh, let's just say it didn't work out so well.
Sorry, I'm not so good at arts and crafts. Spelling either.
Anyway, this is how our gluing project turned out. She put the pieces together wrong, and now, instead of Ami, it says, I am. I can't believe no one's noticed this until now, a whole year later.
I can't believe it myself.
Alright. Now, we gotta present all this stuff to her, including the profiles. I failed this earlier. So, what do you think about this?
What about it, Pearly?
I'm not certain. What do you think, Mr. Nick?
Maybe 3 heads aren't better than 1.
Oh hey, it's my Magatama. So what do you think, Nick? Isn't it neat?
Sure is. Being able to peek into people's minds is definitely a nice advantage.
What? How do you do that?
What do you mean? You gave me this thing.
Well, I knew Pearly put some sort of spiritual power into it. I had no idea they'd let you do something as cool as that.
Some future leader you are.
Next time you use it, let me know, okay? I want to see into people's minds too.
Okay, Maya. Is this thing really all that valuable? It looks kinda, well, junky if you ask me.
Got the soul of Mystic Ami, the founder of our channeling technique.
So, how much do you think you could get for it?
What? Sell the secret urn? You know, I never thought about that. Hey, Pearly, make a note of that. Ways to save money. Tip 109. Sell treasures whenever possible.
Whenever possible.
Check.
Somehow, I think Maya's going to be searching for a buyer for a long time.
You know, even I didn't know this statue existed until a little while ago.
Didn't Adrian say it's from a Fey Branch family's training hall or something? You get like $50 at least. Yeah, I think so. Oh, plus, if you sell it on There's a Soul Inside, there's definitely an occult crowd you could get to jack the price up. With some bidding. You would definitely want to do bidding for it, though.
Yes, there are actually a lot of training halls scattered all over the country. Hidden away deep in desolate mountains.
Why does it always have to be desolate mountains? Okay, now it's the same. Alright, and profiles. So this is what I should have done with Adrian, but that's fine.
You're not very photogenic, are you?
Oh.
I guess that's the end of that conversation.
Damn. Just a moment of Phoenix taking psych damage and we move on.
Says, I really miss her. Was Mystic Mia? Was she a really good lawyer?
Yeah, she was awesome. She taught Nick everything he knows.
You should train hard and try to make her proud, Mr. Nick.
Yeah. I'll do my best.
You can join me on my next trip to a freezing waterfall.
I hate to break it to her, but I don't think being frozen to the bone helps in court.
I'm going to have to really buckle down and get serious.
Well, you're the future master of the crane channeling technique after all.
Yeah, that, and I have to play the part of Big Sister too. For Pearly. And you, Nick.
Do I look like I was born yesterday? Should I Phoenix with everything she knows for one case? Hey, that was an impactful case though.
Pearly is such a cutie, isn't she, Nick?
Yup.
And she's smart too. Just like yours truly. She's got quite a future ahead of her. I bet she could be president someday.
But president that can channel past presidents? That just may come in handy. I mean, that would be kind of amazing, but...
She certainly seems grateful to you, Nick.
Well, she was in a pretty tight spot during that terrible ordeal. Actually, I'm grateful to her, too.
Sounds like you're not telling me something. I'm going to take a good look at the case file next chance I get.
Alright, I believe I've done everything here now. Excellent. October 12th, Dordley Taylor, Main Exhibition Hall.
Right, let's see if we can find some clues that might lead us to the bad guy.
But it doesn't look like anything has been disturbed.
Yeah, it looks pretty much the same as it did last night.
Bad guy, huh?
Ah, thank you, game. I wasn't sure who it was, but then you have him say pal there.
Hey, you can't poke around here, pal.
Wait a minute. That voice. Oh no, not him again. Hey, it's Gumshoe.
It's you, and I'm the one who should be saying not again. Why is it that every time something bad happens, you always show up, pal?
I should be asking you that. Aren't there any other detectives?
No, I should be asking you that. What are you doing hanging around here?
You mean not him again, Nick? Yeah, no, it's... Thinks it's big mean the poor Gumshoe. Hey, I asked you first. Why are you here, any?
All right, we got it. Why don't you two kiss and make up already?
Hello. It's been a long time, Mr. Scruffy Detective.
Oh, it's you, little missy. Well, actually, my name is Gumshoe, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Now is a good chance for you to try to remember it right.
And if it's too long for you, you can just call him Dick. Okay, it's good to see you again, Mr. Detective Dick.
Why are you doing this, Maya?
Yeah. Good to see you again, too, I guess.
Cool. Let's examine. It's all gonna be the same as last night? Yeah, looks like it. Alright, Gumshoe. Well, guess what? I gotta present everything to you. Attorney's badge. Here, take a look at my attorney's badge.
Huh, are you still showing that cheap little thing off? A real man keeps his mouth shut and carries a suave police badge, pal.
What about this?
Oh, sorry, pal. I didn't get much sleep last night. My brain's not really working right.
Somehow I don't think sleep would really fix the problem.
Hey, keep it down. You might have really good hearing for all you know. I'd get mad if he heard.
I can hear everything you are saying, pal. To be honest, pal, there's something that bugs me.
What's that?
Oh, all the other items that were stolen by Master Mask were ones even I had heard of. Oh, they were all world-famous treasures. The Tear of Emanon or the Crown of Bongora.
The Sacred Urn of Crane is famous too. Right, Pearly? Of course. Everyone in Crane Village knows about it.
Sounds like we've got an unpredictable thief on our hands. Okay, that's the same. And Sacred Urn. Okay, that was the same too. Cool. Okay, I read that. Dick Gumshoe, age 32. Homicide detective at the local precinct, in charge of the initial investigation. It still does critical psychic damage to me when I look at this and I see that I am older than Dick goddamn Gumshoe. Oh, theoretically, and probably a less... Well, he's not as stable in his career as he should be. Despite the fact that he's actually been a police detective for quite a while. Alright, Gumshoe. What do you say about me?
Oh, pretty goofy looking face if you ask me.
Hey.
What are you doing carrying it around with you anyway? It's not like we ever need it.
She has got a point. But consider, there is a time skip. I know, but we never even get to see his profile in that. He's only vaguely mentioned. If they ever do a 7th one, and I would like them to, they better freaking finally bring Gumshoe back. I don't think I'll have anything to say about Mia, but... Oh. Wow, I didn't actually think this was going to have anything.
Oh, that's Miss Mia Fey. She was a truly beautiful person, pal.
Huh? You knew her? You knew my sis?
Oh, sure. Everybody in the police force knew her. We all lost a great friend that day.
Mr. Scruffy Detective.
I just got something in my eye. I'm not crying.
Wow, that was actually really touching. What about this person?
Oh, sorry, pal. I didn't get much sleep last night. Brain's not really working right. Yeah, okay.
Nothing to say about the girls. Nothing to say about Adrian and about yourself. Gumshoe, you can't recognize your own image. Okay. Talk to Gumshoe. What happened?
Mr. Mr. Detective Dick, can you tell us about what happened?
Oh, you're trying to remember my name. Atta girl. It's Gumshoe, okay? Anyway, the thief stole something called the Sacred Urn.
I know about that.
Oh, well, the criminal's name is Mask the Mask.
I know about that too.
Detective, can you tell us something other than that? Well, I guess I sorta kinda owe you guys, in a way. The crime occurred last night at around 1:30 in the morning.
How exactly do you know that?
Oh, we got an emergency phone call from a guard at the scene of the crime, pal. He said the urn was just stolen.
The scene of the crime? You mean here, right?
Wrong. That urn was being kept under careful guard in the basement warehouse.
Basement warehouse, huh?
So who was guarding the basement warehouse?
Oh, that guy. It's all his fault that the thief got away, pal. He solves one case and gets a swelled head, thinking that he's an ace detective.
Ace Detective?
Well, before we ask about that, let's ask about Mask the Mask. Hey, Detective Gumshoe, about this Mask the Mask, is he famous?
What? You're joking, right, Nick? Mask the Mask is the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Well, sometimes he appears as a museum guard. Sometimes he appears as a big brown bear known to surprise unsuspecting victims. But underneath those disguises is the true Mask the Mask.
So he's some kind of master of disguise, huh?
Oh, and he only goes after the finest works of art, pal. Last night was his 5th heist. If Dorley Taylor had only cooperated, I could have caught him this time.
What? Then you knew he was planning on stealing the sacred urn?
Oh, of course I did. The guy always sends his calling card before he steals something. You see, it's a necessary step, because if you don't send a calling card, you won't actually manifest the treasure.
But, calling card, huh? You mentioned that on TV. So what's this calling card?
Oh, here it is. We don't show it to anyone. It's top secret, okay, pal?
What's this mark on the front?
Oh, that's Mask the Mask's signature emblem, pal. You could say it's his mark. All of his calling cards have got it on them.
They didn't mention that on the news flash.
We're withholding that detail from the public for operational reasons. The only way we can tell if a calling card is real or not is by this emblem.
Calling card added to the court record. The Mask's calling card. Sent before a heist, the emblem is top secret.
That makes sense. When you get famous, there are always imitators. Mr. Nick, if you work a little harder, maybe you can have your own copycat someday.
Thanks, I guess? Knowing what the third case is, I see them setting up for that. How dare you, Pearl? By the way, Gumshoe, you have anything extra to say about the Mask calling card? Or we can check it too.
To the security at Dorley Taylor, I will be coming to purloin the most priceless work of art on display in your Treasures of Crane exhibit. Take good care of the speckled urn, won't you? Yours truly, Mask the Mask.
Remember, don't tell anyone about that emblem, okay, pal?
Does the thief ever send these to the police?
No, always to the victims. Up until now, victims have always come to us looking for help, though.
That's not what happened this time, you mean?
Oh, you got that right, pal. Listen up. If you guys ever get one of these calling cards, I want you to come to us right away. Got me?
Yeah, sure. Alright, let's ask about the ace detective. So why do you call him an ace detective anyway?
Oh, that's what he calls himself, pal. I didn't make it up.
So, what's he like?
Well, like I told you, Mask the Mask has made 5 heists so far. On the 4th heist, Mr. Ace Detective managed to get the stolen treasure back.
Wow, that is impressive. All by himself?
Yeah, I gotta admit it, pal. Maybe he really is as good as he says. Every time the thief sends one of his calling cards, we send our men on a stakeout. But none of us has ever gotten so much as a glimpse of the guy.
But Mr. Ace Detective was able to retrieve the stolen treasure from the thief.
Well, anyway, he's at the scene of the crime right now, looking for clues.
So he's down in the basement warehouse, huh? Okay, I think that's basically... Oh, wait, no. Mask the mask. Age. Question marks. A flashy thief who steals valuable works of art. Sends a calling card before a heist.
Well, I've been on this guy's tail ever since his first heist, pal.
Yeah, you're doing a really great job, I can see.
Oof. Listen, pal, if you want to jump high, first you gotta crouch down, right? Well, I'm a little frustrated now. It'll make it that much sweeter when I catch him. Well, anyway, that's what I keep telling myself every day.
Well, good luck, Mr. Detective Dick. I believe in you.
Aw, ain't you sweet? You're the only one that's ever said that.
The only one? It's kind of sad if you think about it. All right. Okay. So, I think I don't feel like coming up with another voice tonight. And hey, now that we've finished the tutorial, we got back to the proper timeline. We got to see proper Phoenix, got to see Maya, we got to see Pearl, and got to see Gumshoe. And we got to see Adrian Andrews, I guess. She's fine too. That's solid progress. So I think what I'm going to do is we can save here. I would usually do an... I did it like that, huh? Okay. I'll keep it saved over here for now. I think we'll just put a pin in it for now, because I don't think I could get to the end of the investigation by anyways. And, you know, we'll resume with this next time. Weirdly, there's not been a murder. We're looking into a theft? It's very different for Phoenix, right? Shocking, really. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna head off. Who's going to bed, good night. And those starting their day, good day. Bye for now.